All right, getting to our next game against the Oklahoma City Thunder. This was a rematch from our game against the Thunder earlier in the week. We lost that game to the Thunder at home 101-94. Had revenge on our mind going into this game, trying to get a big win against the Thunder on their home floor. Kind of like I said, avenge the loss that we suffered to them earlier in the week. And this was also a big game to build our confidence up for the playoffs when we obviously are going to take on the Thunder in the first round. So this was a tough loss. It was tough to lose this game. Definitely a game I wish we would have won, but kind of is what it is. The Thunder were the better team, and they were really in control of this game for a majority of it. We lose to the Thunder 104-89, fall to 48-31 with this loss, and 17-23 on the road. Had a solid night shooting the ball for the most part. We're 40% from the field, which is decent. Average 28% from the three-point line and 73% from the free throw line. I mean, just kind of an average shooting night for us. 28% from the three-point line isn't too bad. That's decent. 73% from the free throw line. With this group, you kind of live with how many free throw woes this group has had. And 40% from the field is decent. Thunder, on the other hand, I thought had a real good shooting night. We're 46% from the field, 37% from the three-point line, and 72% from the free throw line. So while they don't shoot particularly well from the free throw line, that's a solid percentage, 72%. They shoot pretty well from the field and the three-point line. Some of the good things we did in this game, had 17 offensive rebounds. That was good to see. We did create a lot of second chance opportunities and extra possessions for our offense by getting those 17 offensive rebounds. Had 46 points in the paint. I thought once again we did a good job of attacking the interior of Oklahoma City's defense and getting into the painted area and getting high percentage shots and scoring there in the paint. Had 6 steals. I thought we were active defensively for the most part. And had 16 points off of Oklahoma City's turnovers. I thought we did a good job of capitalizing on the Thunder's mistakes in this game, something we didn't do in the first game. A lot of the bad things we did in this game, well, you get 17 offensive rebounds, you allow 19 offensive rebounds, which is just ridiculous. You can't allow that many offensive rebounds against anybody, let alone Oklahoma City. They're a real potent offensive team, and when you allow them to get extra possessions and second chance possessions, probably not going to be a good game for you. So us allowing 19 offensive rebounds was not good for us in this game. It definitely hurt us here, and like I said, we gave Oklahoma City way too much second chance opportunities in this game, and way too much second chance points in this game. We allowed 48 points in the paint, so once again, while you score 46 points in the paint, you allow 48 in the paint. Our interior defense wasn't good. Oklahoma City did a good job of getting easy layups and dunks in that painted area. And you also allowed 23 fast break points to the Thunder, a team that like to obviously get in transition. They're not the greatest shooting team in the world. They like to run with teams, but they also can slow the game down, play a kind of a half-court style of basketball. But they like to get out in transition, and they definitely did that in this game. Like I said, they had 23 fast break points. We just weren't able to get back in our transition defense and turned the ball over too much in this game and allowed Oklahoma City to capitalize off our turnovers and get out on the break and get easy dunks and layups, something that can happen in the playoffs against them. And we only had 15 assists in this game. Very selfish offensively once again. That was a problem against the Thunder the first time. In the first game we played them in this week, we played them the second time, and that's still a problem. Our ball movement wasn't very great. Too much one-on-one offense, and that hurt us here offensively, and our offense just wasn't what it usually is with this group. We didn't play team-oriented offense. We're very selfish, and like I said, played too much one-on-one offensively. Had 19 turnovers, as I mentioned before. Oklahoma City had 23 fast break points. A lot of those came off our 19 turnovers. Oklahoma City did have 25 points off our turnovers. So just once again, turnover woes, free throw woes with this team have just been kind of a reoccurring issue, and obviously allowing a ton of offensive rebounds has just been a reoccurring issue with this team all year, and that's something that needs to fix going to the playoffs, especially against this Thunder team, because they scored 25 points off our turnovers, weren't getting back in our transition defense, and made too many mistakes to win this game. We just did a lot of bad things, especially with turning over the ball, allowing 23 fast break points and 25 points off our turnover. Nene had a solid game here, led the way for us. He finished up with 18 points, 9 rebounds, 1 block, but did have 3 turnovers. I'd like to see him cut that down going into the playoffs. Was 6 of 9 from the field and 6 of 9 from the free throw line. Had a much better game against Kendrick Perkins this time out than he did the first time against Perkins. Was really kind of wasn't really effective at all in the first game against the Thunder that we played in this little series of 2 games within a week. But this game I thought was solid against Perkins. Like I said, goes for 18 and 9. It sure didn't seem like Nene played it that good, but this is the type of production and the type of efficiency we need out of Nene against Kendrick Perkins in the playoffs here against the Thunder. If Nene can average 18 to 20 points and 8 to 10 rebounds against Perkins, we're going to have a pretty good series. So that's something we got to see out of Nene is this type of productivity, him going for 18 and 9 against a real good post defender in Perkins. And he only gets, goes for 18 points and only 9 shots, so that's really good to see. Got to the foul line 9 times. I thought he was aggressive, but still could have been better, which is saying something when he goes off for 18 and 9. And would like to see him cut down the turnovers. He had 3 in this game individually. Next, Danilo Gallinari was solid, 17 points, 9 rebounds, 2 assists, 2 steals, 2 blocks for Gallinari. I thought defensively was solid in this game on Durant when he was on and played with great effort and energy. Him and Felton really led that charge in that second quarter to cut a double-digit lead down to 2 going into half. It was really good offensively once again. Like I said, goes for 17 points, 9 rebounds, and was great defensively with 2 steals and 2 blocks. Didn't shoot too well, though. Was 3 of 10 from the field, 1 of 5 from the three-point line. Don't like seeing that. Would like to see him shoot better, but was 10 of 11 from the free throw line. Good to see him kind of start to kind of get rid of those free throw woes that he's had with us, and get that going into the playoffs. Him shooting from the free throw line better, and most of his points came from the free throw line. Like I said, doesn't shoot well, 3 of 10 from the field, doesn't shoot well from the three-point line, 1 of 5 from there, but goes 10 of 11 from the foul line and was very aggressive on both ends of the floor, and still finishes up with 17 and 9 to go along with 2 steals and 2 blocks, which you like seeing. Raymond Felton, as I mentioned, him and Gallinari really led that charge in that second quarter going into the half to cut the Thunder's lead down to 2. He finishes up with 17 points, 1 assist, 1 rebound, 1 steal, and 4 turnovers off the bench. Would like to see him limit those turnovers, but shot well with 7 of 12 from the field, 1 of 1 from the three-point line, and 2 of 2 from the free throw line. I like seeing that out of Felton. He had some big shots, did a great job of getting to the rim, had some good finishes, some good layups in this game, got out in transition, and really, like I said, him and Gallinari play with great effort and energy throughout the whole game, but especially in that second quarter. And he get 14 points, 13 rebounds, 1 assist, and 1 steal out of Kenny Martin, who goes 7 of 15 from the field. That's good. I mean, Kenny Martin was great on the glass. You love seeing the 13 rebounds out of Martin, and once again did a great job defensively on Serge Ibaka, and as well as offensively. He goes 7 of 15 from the field, is solid, and finishes up with a double-double, 14 points and 13 rebounds. And lastly for us, Wilson Chandler, Ty Lawson, J.R. Smith, and Al Harrington combined for only 21 points. They shoot a combined 7 of 28 from the field, 3 of 12 from the three-point line, and 4 of 8 from the free throw line. That's really why we lose this game. One of the big reasons we lose this game. You get solid production out of Nene, Gallinari, Felton, and Martin, but then 4 of your other key players in Chandler, Lawson, Smith, and Harrington only give you 21 points. You're not going to beat the Thunder when that happens. Those guys got to make more of an impact in the playoffs against OKC and be more productive, and they can't shoot 7 of 28 from the field and 3 of 12 from the three-point line if we're going to beat them. So that's something that definitely has to improve, and that definitely hurt us, the lack of shooting and lack of productivity out of those guys, only combining for 21 points. For the Thunder, Kevin Durant once again lit us up. He had a great game, 28 points, 7 rebounds, 2 assists, 2 steals for Kevin Durant. Did have 3 turnovers, though, which was good to see for us defensively, but still shot well, was 9 of 21 from the field, 2 of 7 from the three-point line, and 8 of 10 from the free throw line. Really got hot there in that fourth quarter and in that second half, and that's where he did most of his damage and really did a good job of just hitting everything he took. Like I said, we didn't force him into that many tough shots in this game as we did in the first game, which is saying something because I thought he shot better in the first game against us than this one, but still just caught fire and really led that charge for the Thunder in the second half for them to kind of pad their lead. Did a great job getting to the foul line and hit a couple big threes. He wasn't great from the perimeter, but still did hit a couple the 2 threes he hit were pretty big in this game. So another great game for Kevin Durant against us. Westbrook had a much better game here against us than the first time out. 17 points, 8 assists, 6 steals, and 3 rebounds for Westbrook. He was great defensively with the 6 steals and obviously pretty solid offensively with 17 and 8. But you kind of live with that from a defensive standpoint, holding Westbrook to 17 points. Goes 7 of 15 from the field, 0 of 1 from the three-point line, 3 of 4 from the free throw line. Like I said, was very efficient for the Thunder, was on fire early on. That first half really was their go-to guy in the first half. Durant kind of picked it up in the second half, but you still like him finishing up with 17 points and obviously, like I said, was great defensively with the 6 steals and did a good job facilitating the Thunder's offense with 8 assists. Nazir Muhammad was good for the Thunder, 15 points, 4 rebounds, and a steal for him off the bench. Gave him a lot of energy in that second half and did a good job coming in off the bench, utilizing his size and really playing good defense on our bigs. And like I said, hit a couple tough shots. A lot of his shots were at the rim, but hit a couple little jump shots and was 7-11 from the field, 1-3 from the free throw line. James Harden was good, 14 points, 5 rebounds, 3 assists for him. Goes 5 of 8 from the field, 2 of 5 from the three-point line, 2 of 4 from the free throw line. Pretty productive night once again for Harden. Shoots well for the most part and hit a couple big threes here. And then Thabo Sefolosha, 11 points, 5 boards, 2 assists, and a block for him. Goes 4 of 9 from the field, 1 of 3 from the three-point line, 2 of 3 from the free throw line. So Thunder were much more balanced offensively than us in this game. They even get 8 points and a steal out of Daquan John Cook, who goes 3 of 4 from the field, 2 of 3 from the three-point line. Nick Collison, Ibaka, and Perkins all were very impactful in this game, especially on the glass. Those guys combined for 11 points, 20 rebounds, 3 blocks, and 11 offensive rebounds. So the Thunder, I mean, they were a much more balanced team in this game. They played much more balanced offense and played better defense here. And even though Collison, Ibaka, and Perkins weren't great offensively, they still get 11 offensive boards between the three of them, 20 rebounds between the three of them, 3 blocks, and 11 points. And like I said, you get 28 from Durant, 17 from Westbrook, and then you get 15 and 14 out of Harden and Muhammad, and even 11 from Cephalosha. And we really only have 4 guys that were productive. And our other 4 guys, as I mentioned, Chandler, Lawson, Smith, and Harrington, don't give us a lot of productivity in this game and don't shoot the ball well, and that killed us. And our defense wasn't that great. You turn the ball over, allow way too many fast break points, and allow way too many points off our turnovers that the Thunder converted here in this game. So another tough loss for us against the Thunder going into the playoffs. Definitely got to play much better than this in the playoffs against the Thunder if we're going to beat them in a 7-game series. So tough one for us. Lose the Thunder 104-89 and fall to 48-31 with this loss, and 17-23 on the road.